So I'm basically wiping it off. Hey there, Internet Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars and Keeve YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to show you how I wash my car on vacation. I use ONR, which is Optimum No Rinse, as you can see. So the biggest things for ONR is this is not a soap. This is a polymer. This bonds to the paint, gets underneath the dirt, encapsulates it, and helps you get it off the car without scratching. This is great for people who live in apartment buildings and places where they don't have running water, in an area with water restrictions, or it's the winter time and you're in your garage and it's just too dang cold outside. It's a 256:1 dilution ratio, so this stuff lasts a long time, and you don't need to overdo your dilution or anything like that, because this stuff is designed to work at that dilution ratio, unless you're going to use it as a clay bar lube. You can use that 64:1 dilution ratio, and I've used that many times in the past. Works great. So let's show you my minimalistic car washing setup. So everything you need is right here, which is great, especially for traveling. You're gonna need to go to the store and get a couple gallons of distilled water. I don't trust the tap water. We're near the beach, lots of hard water. So everything I have is in here. Got my ONR, my IK sprayer, drying towels from G-Technic. Depending on your needs, depending on how many cars, I have about 10 Rag Company Edgeless 500s, which this is a great microfiber for this. Has a really thick pile, helps absorb a lot of the liquid. Alright, now I went ahead and used 3 gallons instead because I didn't think 2 gallons was enough, because I need to fill up my IK sprayer. This cap is exactly a ½ ounce, so 1 cap per gallon. Just amazing how far this stuff goes. Because like I said, it's not a soap. We're not trying to create foam here. This is a polymer. We are trying to protect the surface from getting scratched when we try to get the dirt off. Just fill it up this way. There we go. Leave a little bit of air so it's easier to pump spray. This is basically your pre-rinse. Just soak down your microfibers. Now there's 10 of them I have here. I can probably do both cars with that much. Now the best thing about the lid, it's a good place to drop your microfibers after you get done using each one, so you don't get them on the ground. Now anytime you're washing a car, it's best to do it not in the sun, obviously. So the best time to do it, later at night, early in the morning, in the garage, in a shady spot. Now don't go driving your car in the sun for 2 hours, coming home with hot calipers, hot hood and all that, and then immediately try to wash it right after that. Let it cool off, let it get a cool, dry surface. So I'm going to use the hood as the demonstration because it's just a lot easier for you to see. So basically I'm just going to wet it down. Now if I see any dirt that I really think can get off, this is ceramics, it's going to slide off really quick. I can basically just kind of push it off the surface. Basically I'm just going to get it all wet. There's some trees right here. It didn't sit under them, but wind has blown all kinds of stuff all over the hood. The best thing about this stuff is so cheap. I mean, a bottle's 15 to 20 bucks for 32 ounces. You can basically do 64 gallons of water because each cap is ½ ounce. All right, so I grabbed the microfiber out. You want to wring it out into your bucket. So basically where you're no longer dripping water out of your microfiber. Still really soaking wet. I prefer the microfibers. Like I said, these Edgeless Rag Company 500s are awesome. A lot of people like to use mitts. They'll even use a 2-bucket method with this, with a mitt and go back and forth. So if you fold it like this and put it in your square, you have your square to wipe off. We're not going to scrub. We're here to just evacuate the dirt, right? As nice and delicate as possible. So say this is the side. So I'm basically wiping off. I'm just letting the microfiber just kind of drag. I'm not putting any pressure. You can see the dirt. So now I flip, and then I evacuate the dirt the rest of the way off. I move to the other side of the car. I flip my microfiber. As you can see, I still have plenty of liquid in here. Now you don't even have to put your hand on top of here. You can basically just drag it like this if you want. Turn around, get that last little bit. Now, if it's extremely dirty, you need to rinse it off before. Get it to a car wash if you got mud caked all over it. A lot of people will do a heavy soil wash. They totally believe in the fact that everything's encapsulated and the polymers are getting up underneath the dirt, keeping it from getting the surface all scratched up. So I still have my whole side left. So we're gonna flip that inside out and take care of the front fascia. Flip. I'm sorry that's out of frame, but I felt useless to not flip that and show you. So I'm done with this microfiber. I'm tossing it on my lid so it doesn't get on the ground, because even though you're not done with it, if you're going to rewash it and use it, all of those little particles can still be caught in those microfibers even after you wash and dry it. MF4 Diamond Weave from G-Technic. It's an amazing drying towel. Basically, you're going to follow the same thing I did, but I don't have to do it in smaller sections. I can do a much larger section. So I'm just wiping off. Now, some people will do many different panels before they do a dry down. I dry after every major panel, so hood, windshield, roof, trunk, side. So at the top of the car, your sections are going to be bigger. So like for your microfiber, maybe a quarter of the hood. Now on the side, on the door, I may use 2 sides of the microfiber just on the bottom panel of one door, just because it's got so much more dirt. Now, lucky for us, it hasn't rained yet, and we didn't drive in the rain. Because for me, driving in the rain is the absolute worst, because that's when the stuff gets thrown up all over the car, all of the road debris that's dried up onto your car, and now it's become itty bitty little scratchers, basically. That's what the ONR is for, to try to help you get that off that surface without scratching. Now you're gonna wash your wheels the same way, but I would dedicate probably one microfiber, one full side to each wheel, because they're gonna be really dirty. This is a great product, and for rinseless washes, I strongly recommend ONR. Like I said, it's not gonna replace, being able to get the pressure washer into the rear wells, being able to evacuate the dirt out of the seams in the car. You're not gonna be able to get your microfiber in there. But if you're in a pinch and you need to do a quick wash, this is the best way. And like I said, some areas of the world, this is the only way. Some of us definitely have it better with softer water, the ability to do pressure washing in the driveway. Some places don't even let you wash your car in the driveway. So I'm getting all sweaty. I think I'm gonna end this video, but like I said, I strongly suggest this. It's a great way to wash your car. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Even in the morning, you hear much noise. This is supposed to be a little island community, but it's 4th of July last night. There are street cleaners all over the place. Okay, it's mowing the grass with an electric mower, which is nice. I will say the best thing about using I use ONR by Optimum. I use ONR by Optimum car. Oh my god. I use ONR, which is Optimum. I can't say it. Unless you're doing it as a clay bar lube. It's gonna be golf carts driving by constantly. Morning. In an area with water. is so loud. It's going to be a lot of noise in the afternoon as a bird flies by making noise. Well, I now know that about 8:30 is when all the noise starts. These bugs, they just started, they just woke up, I guess.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to be moving those cars anytime today? Because I don't want to mow the lawn right next to them if it causes a problem.
I don't think so.
Or if you're...
I mean, as long as you're not side discharging, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't want to. Those are nice.
Appreciate it.
Where y'all from?
Atlanta.
You do things with BMWs, apparently.
Yeah, I do a lot of social media and YouTube videos and stuff like that, yeah.
I drive a BMW. Too many I will try not to do anything to that.
No problem. Appreciate it. What a nice guy.